Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to the latest episode of the Hard Compound Live. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. If you don't know, my name is Rich and I run the Hard Compound. We're a one-stop shop for all things motorsport on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and for videos on YouTube. We cover everything from four wheels to two wheels, on-road, off-road, single-seaters, rally cars, touring cars, and everything in between. And we cover that with 3 or 4 posts every day across our social media. These are race reviews, race previews, throwbacks, breaking news, our favourite cars and bikes, and everything in between. We also do these live interviews. These are live streamed, just as this one is being, on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Not yet on Instagram, and they're automatically saved. So if you want to go onto our YouTube, see who we've spoken to in the past. We're also on Facebook, as I said, in the video section. They're all saved. We've had a variety of guests, around 80 or so, from the world of motorsport, drivers past and present. We've had the honour and the privilege of speaking with Mr. Mario Andretti and with Jackie Ickx, and we've spoken with people from the Formula One, IndyCar, sports car crossover world. The likes of Mr. Roberto Guerrero just a few weeks ago. We've spoken with Mark Sura. We've spoken with Hunt and Prost, but that's Freddie and Nico. We've spoken with Emanuele Pirro, with Mark Blundell, David Brabham, Derek Warwick, Lynn St. James, Alonso Jr., Ari Lyndike, Willie T. Ribbs, and many from the British Touring Car Championship, World Touring Car Championship, like Andy Prio, Gabriele Tarquini, Ivan Muller, Rickard Rydell, and the likes, etc., etc. But we have our first guest from the off-road rally and rallycross world this evening, and we're very excited. We are starting big. We've got a genuine legend from rallying and rallycross, but we only got 45 minutes, so I'm going to stop rambling, and I'm going to bring him in straight away. Please join me in extending a very, very warm welcome to World Rallycross Champion, World Rally Champion, National Rally Champion, Gymkhana Grid Champion, and much more. The legend, Mr. Petter Solberg.
Good evening.
Good evening, Petter. How are you?
That was a good start of your section there. You know, it was nice to hear. So we are together with many other big names who have been there. It's
well, thank
great
you.
to see.
And it's we've been very lucky to have a number of legends from across the motorsport world, and we've got another one tonight in your good self. So thank you very much for coming to join us. It's very much appreciated.
Thank you.
Right, okay, folks, in the comment section, if you have any questions or comments for Petter, we'll do our best to work through them. But as I said, we've got a lot to get through and not much time to do it in. So we're going to get cracking. Firstly, Petter, I hope the year has started well with the Race of Champions and everything. Is it all been going okay?
Well, the whole season have been really good fun. You know, Christmas and New Year is always a nice time with families and friends, and then of course we have been driving on the ice here outside the house. You know, we have ice on both sides, so we have been playing around quite a lot. We try to enjoy as much as possible. You know, we're living in the middle of the forest, so it's plenty of playroom to do different things. So, but season so far, for Oliver's point of view, and mine together with him in Race of Champions, was it was really good fun. You know, it's like a dream, and you can do something with your son, and his performance in Monte Carlo and win in Sweden now in the World Championship. It was it's great to see.
Yeah, and it was a fantastic performance out in Sweden. It was great to see, and perfect timing with our chat as well. So it was nice to be able to say congratulations.
Yeah.
And I guess, you know, being where you live, you don't have to worry about annoying the neighbours. So you can go and have some fun in the forest.
No, this was my actually vacation place since 2004, and it's ended up we have like a hotel on the other side of the water here with the bridge, and then, you know, not so many neighbors. All the neighbors are actually working at the hotel, so everybody's a part of the whole thing. And so it's great. We meet a lot of people and traveling a lot. So coming here, it's quite relaxing, and it's 1 hour and 10 minutes to the airport, and 20 minutes to the team base where we have all the cars and stuff. So we are happy like this.
Yeah, perfect. And it's nice to have an escape from all the noise and everything sometimes, isn't it? It's always good. We've got some questions coming in already. We are going to come to those guys. Mike Maxwell, who I know is a big fan of yours, as is Diffan Evans, huge fan. So we're going to come to your questions soon, guys. But if I may, Petter, can we start right at the start? I mean, where did your interest in motorsport come from? I guess was it from your parents?
Well, we have only 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a long story, but I can take the short one. I think first thing was 82 with my parents' autocross. For many years, they didn't have any trophies, didn't get any prizes out or anything. So me and my brother, we got actually a little bit fed up with this. So we started to build the cars for our parents with cars, and the engines and everything. And like I said, 82 was the first. I think my father had the 26 driving motorsport license in Norway. So we started to build the cars since we were 10 years old. And after that, was a big success. They won everything they started with. With the engine we made, it was quite. We had the philosophy, and it worked really well for that type of autocross that time. So for 10 years we did that with our parents. I think we had a count before Christmas now. So since we were 10 years old and until they stopped, we made, because we built also cars for other people. And what we took paid that time was chocolate and soda. That was what we took paid, in that age. But we did 100 engines and 50 cars. We built it ourselves, me and my brother, on the farm. And I think my mother and father have 500 trophies each. And it's a cheap sport, but it's very people sport, and it's for everybody. So it really did really well. And at the same time, I was doing dancing, and so I was like a proper dancer in Norway.
Cool.
And then that was most the Czech girls for sure, between the workshop and then I also the youngest Norwegian champion in radio control car in 87. So all of this living on the farm, doing with with the pigs and the cars and the dancing and the girls and everything, it was a fantastic lifestyle, to be honest with you.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, of course, sometimes we didn't even go to school, because we told our parents, on the farm, see you later today after school. But we went down in the, like in the pig house. We had a small, we can't say workshop. It was a small garage where we were building cars, and we went in there, locked the door, turned off the lights, and we were building cars. And then, of course, we were running out down to the road and looked like we're jumping from the bus and back into the farm again, and straight in the workshop. Yeah. So it was, our parents was fantastic. So it was no problem.
Oh, brilliant. I love that. Excellent. I'm glad I wasn't the only one. When did you decide that you wanted to go racing, I guess like properly from the autocross, the Billcross that you were doing? You went into the Norwegian rally championship, and you won the titles. When did you first think this is what I want to do?
Well, we were just driving on the farm, and of course we had the police visiting us a few times also to say that we have to stop, because we were driving on the fields all the time without cutting the roof on the cars and standing on top of the roll cage and the roof, and my brother was driving and changing. So
wow.
The thing is, my dream was actually to be a mechanic. I went to the engineering school, I went to welding school, and I went to electric school, so we did all these steps to try to be better. And then I just jumped into one autocross race for fun when I took my license on a Friday, and it was 17th of November, and the race was on Saturday. But of course, I need my driving license on Friday, so I got my driving license on Friday when I was 17. I promised the the driving school to not drive before the day after. So we're building the cars and preparing everything on a Friday night. Did my first race on Saturday. I came second.
Wow.
And then I did my second race after, and I won it. And obviously, you know, driving was not too bad, to be honest with you. So things just happened after that in actually fast way, and I started rallycross and hill climb after that. No money, of course, like normal, and then work day and night, borrow money from the bank best as possible until they said no, now you can't borrow anymore. And then next step was after winning the Norwegian Championship in rallycross and hill climb 6 times or something. Then I said I want to try something else. So I tested actually Martin Skanke's RS200. So I was planned to drive
Wow.
his car.
Legend.
And then I got offered to do the Renault Spider Cup. The competition was before the Formula One race. I did the test there, and I got the contract. Out instead, I had some options. Still no money. I went to Umeå to buy a Volvo 240 rally car, like a Volvo original.
Wow.
So I took the flight up and I drove the car back home, 900 Ks, only with rally tires. I exploded 5 tires on the road, spare tires that I had because this was on a Friday, and I got planning to do the rally on Saturday to test to see how it was, and it was very hard class that time. I think it was 25 cars, and my brother's wife, Maud, she came as a co-driver, and since it was a Swedish car, I needed a Swedish co-driver, so she met me at the border to drive it over to Norway. And overnight we put it on power steering, put it on stickers, got everything ready. And I ended up second place in the rally first time. So
wow.
In one way, I loved rallying so much. I gave me so much kick and energy. So I said no to Martin Skanke there, and I said no to this Renault Spider Cup. And maybe stupid, but it worked out well at the end, and that was the start of the history of actually the rallying a Volvo 240.
Wow.
And everybody told me, Petter, you have no chance in rallying. It's so difficult. It will take many years. And like I said, well, what do I have to lose? I have won everything I did there, so I have to try something else. And after that, it's his own story with the 165 Celica that I borrowed from my brother. I crashed it properly. Yeah. And again, borrowed all the money. And then
wow.
I rebuilt that car, sold my Volvo 240. I got my money to pay my brother, and then I have to go to the bank again to borrow money. And then, of course, at the end, they said stop. So I needed my friends to sign a paper to be a guarantee for me to get the Toyota Celica 205.
Wow.
And the bank said no, and I needed more signatures, and I borrowed 100,000 euro. And I told the bank manager, I said, listen, I'm going to be the best, a little bit cocky, and trust me, this is a good investment.
Yeah, it is guaranteed.
So I went out from the bank, no interest, and 100,000 euro, and I got the 205 Celica up to the farm, and that was the first chapter of my long career that time. And so and it worked out well to win the Norwegian Championship also that time with the 205. The 185 I still have in the museum, and the Volvo 240 that we built ourselves.
Really?
When my brother was Norwegian champion and stuff, the car is still going brand new, all of them.
Wow, that's fantastic. I love the fact that you still got it.
I'm missing a lot of stories between here, just to let you know. But this Volvo 240 is 340 horsepower with a Getrag gearbox, 63% weight distribution to the back. So the car, I actually sold it, but I bought it back again and I rebuilt it into a historic, exactly the same as it was in '95. Castrol and Volvo was a part of rebuilding this car as a history that the Norwegian government have borrowed for the museum also a few times.
Wow, that's fantastic. I love the fact that it's kind of gone away and come back to you, and you've restored it. It's like your first love in
Yeah.
rallying. It's the
Well, that never came back. The first love, but the car came. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, amazing. I love that. You kind of bought the car, set it up, and came second in 24 hours with a 900k drive as well. Brilliant.
It's absolutely stupid, but what you do for your passion, this everybody that's watching this, the passion is priority number one, and then the second thing is, never give up, find solutions to whatever you want, because at the end of the day, it's only up to you. That's what you want to do and how you can fix it, and deal with it. So I never felt sorry for myself, but it's only to put in one more gear and let nobody stops you,
Yeah, best way to be in life. Absolutely.
Exactly.
I guess with your success in the Norwegian like national rally championship, I guess you were starting to get recognised on the bigger stage, the global stage. And was it Ford who came in and did they offer you a test with, like, was it Malcolm Wilson and all these kinds of guys? Did they offer you a test, and which got you the contract with Ford?
Well, now it's coming to a different story. I did the rally in Lebanon. I got Marlboro to come and they wanted to get me down to Lebanon to do a rally, so I never done a tarmac rally. So I got all the sponsors together, investment, for people to invest in me, and flew everything to Lebanon. And Ford was there with Mohammed bin Sulayem, and never tried the car on tarmac before, never driven with slick on the Celica 205, and I think I won most of the stages in front of bin Sulayem, and then I had a puncture. I lost 2.5 minutes. But at the end of the day, it was great. I crashed. When I had a puncture, I went up on the terrace in the house. Out of the stage. We took lamps and fans and parts from the road cars we had to put on the car, taped it up, got it ready. And I didn't have a spare radiator because, I didn't have any money to actually do it. And then one guy from Germany, he was driving with the Toyota Celica Group N car, and it says Hasseröder on the side of the car. And he came over to me and he said, Petter, you take my radiator because you have a very good speed. So he gave me the parts. He went to the bar, and I ended up second in the race, behind Bin Sulayem and Nasrallah was driving. It was a lot. Armin Schwarz was driving the race, so it was quite a big thing. And I think on that time, I don't know if I did it before or after, but I sent a CV and a film about myself to Ford, Toyota, Mitsubishi, all the teams from what I've been doing. And I got message from Subaru, and they said they had the drivers. We can't do it now, but let's keep in touch.
Okay.
And with Ford, I was invited. I got help from John Hoagland that time.
Yeah.
And the guy who was called Henning Isdal. Immediately they helped me to get over to Ford for a test, for testing a rally car. First time I drove a sequential gearbox, was on that test. I was actually there with Simon John Joseph and a few other drivers who was tested for technical driving, PR, marketing, and of course my English was not so very good. So some sort of way I got away with it. And And that worked well, and that was the first actually story, from sending out CV and film about myself to everybody, just to here I am, from Norway. And then don't ask me how it happened. Sometimes in life things just happens.
Yeah, and it sounds like they obviously liked what they saw and invited you to the test, and you got through it, and you got was it a 3-year contract you got, wasn't it, that you as a
Well,
junior, or
the plan was a 5-year contract. That's a different story, and we don't talk about that one.
no? Fair enough,
Yeah.
absolutely fine. So again, just to skip forward, you took your first points in like Rally Kenya from my research. But you surprised a few people because you were sort of not meant to be the main points getting guy. Well, I guess. And you went out there and you got points, and I think that's probably when people started to take notice of what you were doing and who you were, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, that's another story. It's always some stories around. It was the story between Thomas Rodstrom and Colin McRae. They had a party after Swedish Rally and broke his leg, and
Yeah.
it's many stories out there. I know I know which one, but then Malcolm Wilson called me as a surprise. I was back home, and he said, "You have to come to Kenya straight away. You're gonna have to do the rally." And I never tried the car before or nothing. Yeah, nothing at all. And of course, I was young and hungry, and me and my wife Pernilla, we drove into the Oslo airport straight away. Slept outside the airport just to be sure that I didn't miss the flight. Sleeping in the boot, and then. I came down to Kenya. I had Fred Gallagher as a co-driver, fantastic co-driver and a person, and shakedown. I was fast, too fast. I bended TCAs and a lot of shakedown was 50 k's long, so it was not like it is now 3-4 k's.
Short, yeah.
And
Short
I got so much bollocking from Malcolm Wilson. He was so angry at me. I was crying on the floor. I remember the place so well. And he said, "Petter, if you don't change your attitude about the driving for Safari Rally, you take your first flight back home again." And
wow.
And when I started the race, I was not the toughest guy. Just to let you know, the confidence has always been very high, but it's so many factors. New rally, I have to also understand that you need the experience to to go to a rally like that. But it ended up Colin won, and I was fifth. So a lot of things happened on the race also in general, and I think that was wake up call and learning experience together with Fred Gallagher and Colin McRae and the whole team and Malcolm. It was incredible as a young driver at that time. It's a big dream.
Yeah, fantastic. And obviously, you scored the points, and you put yourself on the map again. Just fast forward again because of the time. You joined the Subaru team, who I think everyone who loves the World Rally Championship knows the Subaru Impreza 555, the blue. It's the car to a lot of people. That must have been pretty exciting when you joined the team and got to go.
For sure, I have a big respect before. They took a chance on me and work with that. It would never happen this situation. It was not for Ford. So I have big respect for that. And then I went over to Subaru there, and came in as a young driver there, and then at the end, it was a big responsibility. I actually a little bit. The Ford I actually loved to drive when I jumped into straight away, the Focus, I remember very well. I'm not, I've been driving rear-wheel drive my whole time, when I done rallycross and hill climb and stuff, but I don't like to go sideways so much, So I really actually struggled with the car quite a lot, and then because it was too much rear-wheel drive type of car, it was a Burns and Collins driving style basically, and then it took a while before I got forward, and I had the engineer that was Pierre Genon, and we analyzed, and he put down a lot of effort, and he understood my driving style. I told him about normally what I was used to, and then he transformed everything for me as a driver. And after that happened, the speed came like incredible fast, very easy car to drive, neutral, linear, progressive, everything was there. So, and then things just happens, winning the rally first time in 2002 was like, absolutely crazy. Then you have
And that was here in the UK, wasn't it?
UK have been good to me. Very good.
Fantastic, brilliant. And you got that first win under your belt, as you said. It's fantastic to have got that win, and I guess bit of relief, bit of joy as well.
I have the car in the museum.
You still got it?
Exact same car, straight from Rally GB, straight into the museum, and I've driven it a little bit, and it's still incredible. Good philosophy of a car to drive. To be honest with you, really good.
Fantastic.
That car, 2003 and 2004 car, these are the best cars you can drive. To be honest with you.
Wow, amazing. I'm going to have to come to this museum. It sounds brilliant. You mentioned 2003, obviously the year that it all came. That it all came good. You won the World Rally Championship that year. There's so much we could talk about that year. I just want to fast forward to the end of the year. Obviously, you'd had a good year. You'd won some rallies, been consistent, got lots of points. Knowing you had to beat that Sebastian Loeb fella in the final race, what was your mindset going into the rally? Was it just a case of, right, go and make it happen? Or was it?
It was, I knew I had a good car. I already had some mistakes early that year, so we knew it could have been maybe with a bigger lead before the season, but things rallying is rallying. So it's coming down to a fight. You have to tackle the pressure and everything. But I was top form. The team always took good care of me, fitness and everything. So I was very prepared. Phil also, the best car drivers in the world. He was prepared, positive, and I think all of us together as a team was doing the right thing before the start of the race. You drive, we figured it out at the end how it will happen, and that will make stories. And with the support from Tommy Mackin also for me at that time was really important, and he gave me all the help and positivity and support that I never thought any revival or a teammate would do to you, and that victory also, it was huge. And same time coming back to Norway, 20,000 people waiting in your hometown, and it's so much around it. I can talk for hours to you about this, but to be honest with you, the 2004 season was maybe my best, and the best car, best drive, but we had this technical issue, with the radiator was flat, and it destroyed maybe. I had 6 victories, but the 4 other rallies I was leading, it would have been maybe the best year of my drive.
Yeah, sure. And obviously, it's great to have the one title, but but for mechanical issues, it could have been 2. But it's always nice to hear that your championship wasn't your best. Yes, 5 or 6. Okay.
The thing in life, that you have to stick with the philosophy, basically, that works, and never go too far away from it. The 2003 car was fantastic. Absolutely. 2004 was great, but one thing destroyed a lot there, and then after that it's a little bit of history, but everybody tried hard anyway. But I think Loeb got them a little bit too easy after that, unfortunately. It would have been a good fight, because I won the last rally in 2005 with the 2004 car, and if you just continue with that car, it would have been a good fight for with Seb that time, you know.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But as you say, he was just very, very good for for a few years after that, and he's got the titles and everything. But that's the way life goes, isn't it? Just really quick on just you can't win them all, unfortunately. Just very quickly, I want to fast forward. You set up your own world rally team. I mean, just before we get onto the Rallycross side of things, you set up your own team. Was this 2009 with the Citroen Zara? What was the thinking behind that? Did you just want a bit more control of everything, or I'm always fascinated.
Well, in 2004 or 5, 2004 or 5, I got an offer from Citroen to go to them that time, and I said no because I want to be with Subaru and of respect and stuff like that. But actually, the reason why I started was actually a lot because of Subaru, because they wanted me to continue and not destroy my career, and they actually paid for most of my drive with Citroen cars when I drove there, because all the other teams was actually full, was not so many teams, so I had also offered to do Le Mans with Oreca with the LMP1. I went to test there. Was so the test went well. I was just behind Oliver Panis and beaten many of the other drivers there. So, but rallying is rallying, this was my passion, so that's why I continue. Did it myself with a lot of good hand-picked people like FX, and I had Stefan Fonta, and I had Ken Rees, he came from ProDrive, and many from ProDrive side, that went out. So, and it was great, I don't know, just in a few weeks we built it up the whole team with people and trucks and cars and everything. So
wow.
I'm very happy I did it, to be honest with you. Over this few years, getting a medal also. Some politics in the background that is I don't want to talk about, but unbelievable feeling, and the motivation from the people we had the team was huge, and it was great feeling, even if it was a private team.
Yeah, it's great. It's sort of like having that family around you almost. It kind of makes it more enjoyable, I guess.
Well, it's not just family, because the people was pushing hard. We had everybody wanted this so much, so it was not any, laid back or it was big push.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've just seen a comment coming in from Yassine Kachawi. I hope that's right, Yassine. I do apologise if it's not. He says, "Can you ask about Richard Burns?" Now, I would love to, because Richard Burns is from my hometown. He's from Reading here in the UK, and I think we should have a statue of him in the town centre, but there's no mention of him. And we talk about Colin McRae as well. I mean, two of our best motorsport exports, I think, here in the UK. What was it like working with those guys? And obviously, they're very sad that we've lost them.
Let's take Richard. Richard was a perfectionist. He was very fit. He was a family kid, really, a lovely guy who always talks a lot about his family. When the father was on many rallies, and he worked very hard all the time. And of course, he was the first driver. He had a lot of responsibility, and was just a very, very nice person who was really massively talented. And it's so tough to talk about sometimes, because we have so much history together, what we have done together over the years when we were teammates, and the friendship, all the friends he had around him also, got always close. So, but incredible fast, that's for sure. I learned a lot from him with the driving style and a lot of details. And Robert Reed, he was also, I must say, one of the most professional co-drivers, also together with Phil, that is put it in the effort that passion, is the most to reach the goal, like also Burns did as a world champion, with Robert.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to hear such lovely words about Richard because, over here people talk about Colin McRae, obviously, because of what, the world champion and all that kind of thing. And I think Richard sometimes gets forgotten, which is wrong in my book. But it's lovely to hear such nice words.
They were, to be honest with you, different personalities, completely opposite of each other. But, the same respect for both of them, One was in his own way of doing things, and Colin was in a completely opposite, and this depends what people like, and but to do any comparison, both are world champions. Yeah, I think this is the key.
That's all
and
you
the
need
respect of what they have done from early age, and to compare people, me or Loeb or Grönholm or whatever, is no point, because we just love what we do, and everybody have different personalities in the sport, and that people are judging people, and this is how it is. We just have to accept it and respect what people have done.
Yeah, absolutely, completely agree. Just again, fast forward again, looking at the time, into Rallycross. Did you just want a different challenge, or was it just, did it just come at the right time, that kind of switch?
Well, if it wasn't going into the way of being a world championship, I would not have done it.
Right.
And yeah, and it was also a big discussion about the championship is going in the world championship. We get two different promoters that time also, so it was a lot of things behind the scenes, but I also want to buy the Rallycross also that time, to build it up. So it's a lot of things behind the scenes that been going on, when I've been working. But end of the day, Rallycross was something I knew from before. I like, it's a lot of power in the cars, and good competition. But it was not easy to come in. I got some people trying to stop me also to get in there, because this is how it is. But again, nobody stopped it. Then you start to build your own car, and did everything myself instead of coming in, like I tried to do to buy a car to do some shortcuts, but it didn't happen. So okay, we do it ourselves, and
Did it your way.
the people I had, a lot of English people helping me that been with me for many years to build the car, and then we just took the philosophy from the best cars I've been driven, took a little bit of each, and of course, when everything come together, the car was always very fast, but then we had some reliability issues, and then after that, we won the world championship in 2 years, 2 years in a row. So it's something special when you do something yourself with the team, and we build the car ourselves, everything at the team base in Sweden. So I moved from Monaco and moved to Sweden to be with the team, and so it's all in when we do something.
You're just going 110%, no messing around.
My company is called 110%, and it's been since I was 18, 19 years old, and that's it. And I still mean it for now. And to have people around you that have the same passion, that actually want this, and nothing is possible, everything is possible. This is how I think the way should be.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing's impossible. Go for it. I mean, we mentioned those two world championships, 2014, 2015. I mean, that's quite an introduction to the world Rally Cross Championship. And you said it was all done out of passion and hard work and going all in, and that showed in every time you won a rally cross event or the championship. It showed in your celebrations, which have become sort of quite famous, and out the car and on the roof and all that kind of stuff, which is fantastic. That's what we love to see in motorsport. Was it just at the time it was because of the effort that you put into it to make it happen? You've got to enjoy it when you win, haven't you?
To be honest with you, you have to be, like I said, you have to be like you are. Everybody's celebrating differently. If I win cross kart race here or on the ice with my friends, I still as happy as I win the world championship. So it's no difference. So you know how it is. We are here. The whole life is a fight. And then every moment that something is positive or going well, and you have the people there and the fans there and the team there, we have to enjoy. The life is too short to not enjoy every moment, and I'm trying to find new things all the time that keeps things going, to make you still nervous every day by doing something, and then happy when it's going well, and then pissed off when it's going to shit. So it should never be a middle ground.
Yeah, brilliant. I just love it. And just some of the photos I've seen in the last few days of you on the roof, and it's that's how it should be. Enjoy it when it goes well.
I taking care of all the roofs, because I jumped the roofs every time. I destroyed, so I have hell of a lot of roofs in the workshop on the walls. But it was just glued, because of the weight, so it was easy to take off and put on a new one. So we had some in spares all the time.
Excellent. That's probably a good thing. You say about life being too short. I mean, that brings us on to I just want to touch this very quickly. Ken Block, we lost very sadly. You won his like Gymkhana grid championship or event twice. Fantastic displays of car control and being a bit crazy as well, I think. But Ken was amazing, wasn't he? He was an amazing guy.
Ken was a calculated guy, perfectionist on media, PR, and marketing. I think so many people have so much to learn from the American side, basically, because I must say he have helped Oliver a lot. Oliver was in Gymkhana 10 with him, filming also on the ice when he was 15. He was Oliver's first sponsor also with DC shoes when he was 11 or 11 or something for CrossGuard. Family guy, but gives so much to the passion, that for motorsport. He should have liked to start when he was much younger, but it's never easy. But what he brought to all the different sports that they've been in, on the marketing side and everything, I think it's so impressive. I just want people to copy. It's wrong to say copy, but learn from it. We need some more, Ken Block action of how to do marketing. He's one of the best, after my opinion. And the team, of course, he have behind him. But he has the brain to do it. And American side is different compared with the European. We are a little bit too scared. And
whereas they're just like, go for it. Because it started with the trainers, didn't it? The shoes for him, and then it just went and he tried different things. And yeah, amazing. And obviously very sad how we lost him earlier this year. Very so far too early. Yeah, we're going to move on because that's not nice.
No, it's unlucky, very unlucky.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. Right, we're close to time, but I'm going to run through some very, very quick questions here. Obviously, we wish we wish Oliver well for the rest of the season, even though he beat you in the Race of Champions.
I was very nice to him. I
saw the video. Yeah, it was very good.
No. But Ekström, he thought I lifted off to let Oliver win, and I said, "Are you stupid? Do you think I lift off? No chance." And he was
Solberg doesn't lift
all the time. Of course, I don't lift. It doesn't matter if it's my son. It's I would still win, but he was good. He was fastest through the whole weekend. So, but it was great to see it.
Yeah. Excellent. We've got some fun questions that I just want to touch on very quickly. I've just seen one question though. Simon Steele, thank you, Simon, for the question. What do you think about the electric Rallycross? Is it something you're interested in getting involved in, maybe?
Well, when I was running, the Volkswagen Rallycross team, we were the first one to sign up, but the promoter was not as forward as we were, as a teams, and have the same vision or a plan or what we want to do it. So nothing happened actually that time, and you should never say never, but it's not ready yet. When you're doing rally, for example, we are missing manufacturers there. We need manufacturers. We need more marketing. We need more hype around it. Learn from Netflix and Ken Block, for example. We need before we were 30 rally cars, factory cars for 20 years ago, and not so many now. So, and we have been in the Rallycross when it was very good, when Ken was there, Loeb, Ekström, Christopherson, everybody was there. And we need a lot of cars. We need a lot of action and stability for the future. So yeah, definitely. Electric works very good for Rallycross, but they can also tune up with up to 1,000 horsepower also, to make it even more active and
more fun,
more action. So it's still a lot development, but let's see how future goes. I have a lot of options with different things, but when you do something, you want to do it 110%, and you have to be sure that it's a stability future.
Yeah, for sure. Right, I'm going to try and roll a few questions here, because I think some of the questions that have come in are also on my little list here. We've got Diffan Evans, Mike Maxwell, Thomas Parker. You guys have all put in some terrific questions. Thank you very much. I'm just going to run through a few. So we're going over time, but 2019 at Goodwood, the Goodwood Festival of Speed. It looks like you had a lot of fun, you and Oliver, going up the hill and with your 2019 car. You enjoy Goodwood?
Goodwood, I've been to a lot of events all around the world, but nothing beats Goodwood. It's the best event that we go to be honest with you, by organization and being taken care of, and the heritage of motorsport in general, So, and yeah, to win the best prize, me and Oliver together, it was an incredible thing. But when I saw Oliver's drive, also was absolutely incredible, really good fun to watch at the same time. So yeah, we will see what's happening in the future. But Goodwood, I promote it as much as I can to everybody in Norway and Sweden and everywhere I go, that it's the place to be.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a fantastic event, whether it be the Festival of Speed or the Revival or anything. It's it's a great place to be. And we hope to see you back going up the hill very soon. Hopefully you can come over and do it again. That'd be great. Again, just winding down very quickly, what's your favourite car that you've raced? I mean, you touched on the 2003, 2004 Subaru. Would that be the best car that you've raced? Or
all three of the Subarus are different, But I must say the 2004 car, after the half of the season, at the end, it's one Xara on tarmac. I mean, incredible car. And then you have also at that time, in Rallycross, yeah, for sure, the Citroen DS3 I have there that we made ourselves is also inside the window of a different sport, but incredible car to drive. The Polo also was good, but something different when you made it yourself. But XR on tarmac and the Subaru 2004 and last half of the season 2004, that car. Yeah.
Fantastic. Always good to have two. What's your, now this ties in with a question from Diffan Evans, who asked a question about half an hour ago. Sorry, Diffan. Your favourite and your least favourite rally stage. Do you have any stages that stick in your mind out as being brilliant and ones that being terrible?
I mean, it was. I remember the day before I had 41 in fever, so I retired, and I came back again the day after and did the Empire, the record there. That's incredible stage. Same with Vanga Coast, also in New Zealand. So it's two again. It's very difficult to choose one. the worst, it's the Hinkelstein in Germany. You know, when me and Phil had the biggest accident over the Hinkelstein, the big roll there.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe the worst stage, to be honest with you. That I can remember, but it's difficult to say any other bad stages, to be honest with you. You know, rally is all about different type of surfaces, and you know, some of the national rallies is like motorways. You know, but the experience you gain is on coming to Greece and you coming to Safari Rally, driving on the snow, you know, and Rally GB with the raining mud, you know. So, you know,
Even in
everything has
summer.
a character, you know. Doesn't matter.
It always rain. No, great.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
okay, two more things. Um, just down the road, about an hour down the road from here, we've got like Liddon Hill, obviously a very famous rallycross venue. Was that a place that you like to come come racing at? Because I think you won in 2015. You won at Liddon Hill on the way to the championship.
Yeah, I won. I've always been fast. I won it there. I won the Top Gear program also there, you know, with Tanner Faust and stuff also. It's maybe one of the best tracks in the World Championship, or yeah, it's back in the World Championship now, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
The track is proper. I don't know. They have made some new parts of it now. I don't know how it is now, but before I must say it was really like a rally stage, big attack and high speed and very good.
Yeah, good. We'd love to hear it. Love to hear that. That part of the world, we've got Liddon Hill and Brands Hatch, two excellent places to go racing. Right, final question, because we kept you a few minutes longer than planned. This is a tough one. The most talented driver that you've competed against? I mean, I've just got a list of a few here. You've raced against like Tommy Mäkinen, Oriol, Marco Martin, Mika Hivenen, Timmy Hansen, Marcus Gronholm, Richard Burns, McRae, Ogier, Block, Sainz, Kankinen. You know, some amazing names that you've competed against. Is there any that sticks in your mind as being, you know, incredibly talented, or maybe not the best, but the person that you think would be toughest to beat?
Again, it's so many. You know, I analyzed every driver. You know, so everybody is so different. To be honest with you, and if I.
Oh.
You know, I'm like a rally man. So, and again, you know, to say one, it's very, very because of the personalities, the differences, and everything. You know, but for sure, you know, Ujier and Loeb is very difficult to take out again. You know,
Yeah.
Colin has his side, Burns has his side. Kankon was just natural talent driver. You know, he can jump in whatever. He had the driving style. Yeah, you know, it went sideways. The pace off was not so good. You know, it was easy left, easy right. You know, but this came in. You know, so if you look at the driving style of calmness from onboard and historically side, you know, of course, Juha Kankon is special.
Yeah, I mean, when I was growing up, it was him, Markku Alén, and Ari Vatanen. The three Finns. They were just amazing.
Yeah.
I saw Ari roll I think it might have been the Mitsubishi or something up in the Kielder Forest. I saw him roll it right in front of me. But
Seriously,
I,
yeah.
I brought him bad luck. But no, obviously there's so many fantastic drivers. Right, we've kept you a little bit longer than planned, but I would love to talk to you for hours and hours. I could very easily do that, but obviously we've got things to do. But thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Petter, we're going to draw a line under it there, but thank you very, very much for coming on and having a chat.
No problem.
It's flown by, but it's been brilliant. Thank you very much.
That's cool. Very cool. You know, when you're driven for many years, like many of the others you have also in with you there, you know, it's so many stories you want to tell the people so they can hear about it and try to get that feeling, you know, and that's why, you know, it was great to come to your show, and it's really nice and it's professional, and this is what we like, you know, and people have the passion like you have. So Thanks for having me.
Oh, well, thank you very much. And, and the pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much. And if there's time at the end of the season, maybe we can have another chat at the end of the year. We'll see.
Yeah, no problem.
Great stuff. Thank you very much, Petter. We'll let you get on with the rest of your evening. And obviously wish Oliver all the very best for the year as well.
Yes, I will.
Great stuff. Thanks very much, guys. And thank you again, Petter. Appreciate it. Good night, all.